Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us today. My name is Joni Ogg, and on behalf of Travel Professional News, home-based travel agent, and findahosttravelagency.com, I want to welcome all of you to today's webinar, and I really do appreciate your taking the time out of your day to join us. So as does our speaker, who is known as a straightforward and energetic force in our industry. We have Jenn Lee, the Travel Planners International Vice President of Industry Engagement and Support. She's such an amazing representative to our industry. She's not shy about her obsession with helping travel advisors build their empires, no matter the size. And her advice is always really and truly, guys, spot on and relevant. So you're in for a good ride today. And when she's not working, you'll find her cheering on her Bama football while playing with her grandchild, Eliza, and enjoying life with friends and a nice glass of Pinot Grigio. And I believe she just had another grandchild. So, Grandma.
Yeah.
And today's webinar topic is Facebook content that converts. We have an incredible turnout for this webinar. We had well over 400 people register for this. And two very lucky attendees are going to win 30-minute consultation with Jenn to be sure and listen really carefully for your chance to win. We're going to just remember, if you would all, that you're muted, but we do welcome your questions at any time. And sometimes Jenn will reach out and ask you to participate. So when that happens, you can just put those answers to those questions or put your questions in the question area that you can see there on the right-hand side of your screen. And when the presentation is all over, we'll take as many other questions that you have and we'll take it from there. So I'm going to turn the microphone over to my good friend, and so she could get started. Welcome, my friend Jenn.
Thank you, Joni. Yes, I was just sharing with Joni, I just had a second grandchild, Mr. Edison. And believe it or not, we're recording this on April 11th, and I still haven't seen him. He was born on March 3rd. I've been traveling so much, it's crazy. But yes, welcome everybody. And I always love doing these webinars because in my travels with the TPI advisors that we have, as well as anytime that I'm out speaking at an event or just, being part of some sort of event, I get these ideas from conversations, right? So like I might be talking to somebody about something and all of a sudden I'm like, you know what? I just gave them great advice. I bet there's other advisors that would love this advice as well. So today's topic is about Facebook content that converts. And I'm going to go ahead and preface this. This is not about like how to post a video and use your camera and do all that. I'm going to keep this really super simple. I'm going to share two formulas with you today. And if you follow these formulas, not every single time, but the times that you want to get a particular message across, I can promise you this is going to help elevate the post and the time that you spend with your post. Because Joni, don't you, I don't know about you, but I always see like posts where people are like, oh my God, I'm here on a fam and I just went and ate the best asparagus ever in my entire life. And there's a picture of asparagus. And that used to be really, right. That used to be, and believe me, if you look at my page, it's me with a Pinot Grigio. I mean, it's literally me with a Pinot Grigio, but I'm not a travel advisor and I'm not trying to get you to convert to being a client with me. But the thing is that asparagus is not going to help anybody see their story or motivate them to go to France to get the best asparagus, right? That's just not going to motivate them. Now, that doesn't mean that those types of posts aren't relevant or aren't important along the way or good fillers, but I'm going to talk to you about two formulas that if you write these down and you start following them every other post or once a week or twice a week, you're going to see that you're going to get a better return on that time investment. So Joni, you did say something that every so often I ask questions. I can promise everybody that's listening, I'm actually going to have an interactive exercise fairly soon in this presentation. So be ready. Okay. All right, let's get this sucker going. All right, hold on. My little bar keeps coming up. All right, here we go. That's me. Okay, number one rule, I say it on almost every single webinar that I do with Joni, and write it down, commit it to memory, because everything about marketing and sales and actually getting along with your family all deals with this one sentence. The premise is that people buy on emotion and they justify logically. In other words, before we make any type of decision, Even if you go through the clothing store and you're looking at a cute blouse, you don't pick it up because it says it's $12.99 and then they show you the blouse. No, 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 no. You pick it up because you see the pretty little blue and white stripes. Ooh, I like blue. Blue's a good color. You emotionally start connected. Ooh, I like the collar. The buttons look good. Okay, I like the way it feels. All right, here we go. Then you justify logically. Once you fall in love with it, all of a sudden now you have to figure out how much is it, and you can justify your love through the logic, right? So everything you buy, pencils, lined paper, legal pads, I don't care what it is that you buy it on emotion, and then you justify logically. How does that relate to Facebook content? Well, people need to emotionally connect to what you're posting first. Sometimes it's a picture, many times it's a picture. Many times it's a picture that grabs their attention, but they're still not emotionally connected until they start reading. And that's what you're going to learn today. How do you emotionally connect them, show your expertise, and have a call to action so that they logically say, yes, I want to make a decision. I want to call this travel advisor. Okay. So people buy an emotion and justify logically. And actually, Joni, I'm not making this one of my questions because I say it so often. Everybody should know this by now. Don't you agree?
Absolutely, especially if they listen to your webinars, which I hope they do all of them.
Yeah, all of it, I'm telling you, and I'm going to share a couple of good webinars at the end of this that will play a role in moving this conversation forward for you. Okay, so next, I'm going to share this formula. Oh, that's hilarious. It's called This Formula. I called it This Formula. Somebody came up with it. I can't remember who. I've renamed it. It's the This Formula. And this is really this is the first formula I'm going to share with you. And this formula is a great way for you to write any kind of selling copy. Okay. Anytime you're trying to get somebody to emotionally connect to something before you tell them how you solve their problem, just think about this formula. And it goes something like this. You want this, but this is standing in your way. We do this to solve that problem. If you want this, and I'm going to give you a couple of examples. If you want this, but this is standing in your way, we do this to solve that problem. The reason you start with if you want this, or you do want this, or you know you want this, is because the moment you give that sentence, somebody sees themselves in that sentence. Yes, and they'll actually start nodding their head. Yes, I do want that. But this is standing in your way. Yes, that is what's standing in your way. And you can kind of go, no worries, I got you, because we do this to solve the problem or to get it out of the way so you can get that. All right, if you want this, but this is standing in your way, we do this to solve the problem. All right, let's put it in an example. So you want to go on a family vacation, but your teenagers are too cool to talk to you anymore. We work with the whole family to understand everyone's interests and design a vacation that will bring the whole family together again. So when you start thinking about this statement, this formula, start with who is it that you like to serve? Is it families? Or is it couples that are going away? Is it solo travel? Is it people that have a desire to go to Europe? Is it folks that want to stay in the United States? It's people who just want to go on a long weekend. Start writing down 5 or 6 people or things that you like to serve, right? The situations that you like to solve, the problems that you like to solve, the questions that you get most excited about. And then you can put it into this. You want to go on a family vacation, but your teenagers are too cool to talk to you anymore? I mean, come on. Everybody can relate to that has a teenager. We work with the whole family to understand everyone's interest and design a vacation that will bring the whole family together again. Let's use another one. This. You're ready to grab your gal pals and celebrate life together, but you aren't sure when, where, and how. We work with your group to find the best travel style, destination, and time frame that promises to produce memories of a lifetime. These are really good this, and this statements. When you're doing Facebook content, use this formula every so often. Don't do it every single time, but maybe once a week, every so often, and then you can highlight something. And I'm going to share with you how you can actually use quotes that you're working on currently, clients that you've booked already, use their stories, things that you're researching yourself, or things that you know to be true. All right, Joni, I'm going to test everybody.
Okay.
I'm going to ask everybody to write a this, this, and this statement. You want this, but this is standing in your way. We do this to solve the problem. So I'm going to put this one up again as an example. So everyone take a moment and write out a this, this, this statement. And then type it in, obviously, so that Joni can share.
I probably won't be able to share all of them. There'll probably be a million of them in here.
Well, let's hope so. Let's hope
I
so.
know, right? Okay, folks, remember,
Right?
just put it in the questions area. I'm waiting.
Mm-hmm. And if what you want to do is only type the first, like give me your first sentence and then hit enter.
Okay.
And then what is it that's standing in their way? Because this will help you clearly understand what people's problems are. What is the problem that you are trying to solve? Remember, y'all, you don't book travel, you curate experiences. You craft opportunities for people to be able to spend 7 days together by themselves, going somewhere. You are the avenue of folks going to Africa and Greece and Europe and Mexico and visiting their families and, you know, kickstarting their honeymoon, their 50-year marriage by their honeymoon. You are the ones that you're the crafter, you're the curator of this. You are the creator of these things. If you don't know the challenge or the problem that you are trying to solve for them or the problem they have, you're going to have a tough time in marketing. Then you're just going to do one-sided marketing, which is, I can get you to Mexico for $799. Well, that's fine. And that's good every so often, but they don't see themselves. All right. Have we gotten anybody taking on the challenge?
No, we do. And what I'm gonna do with this one, because they kind of come all rolling at me at the same time. So I'm gonna pick one person and then go through his points first, and then I'll find another one that's done that same thing. Okay. So
awesome,
the first one is Robert, and Robert says, I want to stay at a high-end, all-inclusive resort. And then Robert did comment on that further down. Do you want me to read that too for you?
Mm-hmm.
It's too expensive. Okay, that's number 2.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see if Robert is down here. Here you go, Robert. Sweet. I can work out a payment plan that will help you achieve your goals.
Excellent.
Robert got an A+ on that one.
Yeah, he did. And now, Robert, all I want you to do is to flip that around as if it's not I. Use the word you. So you have a desire to stay in a luxury all-inclusive resort that you saw on Instagram, but you're afraid it's too expensive. No worries. We have payment plans here to help you pay for that trip before you even go, something like that. So remember, this is Facebook posts. So it's you wanna kind of be talking to them because I is that person. But Robert, you got it. You got the formula. All right, who's next? Who else has one?
Right, let me find another one here for you. I got to make sure I find somebody that's got all of it in here. Okay. Well, this person answered. Okay, so Suzanne was cool about this, but she put it all in one. So I'm just going to read you that.
Okay. Way to go, Suzanne.
You want a family vacation, but you don't have the money right now. Did you know we can set up payments? That was her response to that.
Okay. So again, this is not talking to somebody. That's perfect. You've got the formula. It's, you have the desire to go, you're in desperate need to go on a family vacation, but your finances don't allow you to put the full amount down at one time. Not to worry. We work with our clients on payment plans so they can see that dream come true. So you've got to kind of expand on it, but you guys got the formula. That's the important part. We want to expand and make it a little flowery, I guess is the word I'm looking for. Anybody else?
Yeah, I've got more, but you probably won't want, probably can't do all of them. There's so many.
No. It's okay. We've got more to talk about.
So Tanya says this is, you want to start planning your first trip to Disney. Let me scroll on down here and see what she has to say. You're not sure where to start.
Okay. That's good.
Yeah, I know there's so many. It's going to take me a while to get. Okay, here she is. We will guide you step by step and ensure you have the magical vacation you are wishing for.
There you go.
Okay. Well done.
Tanya, very good. And I know I put everybody on the spot. So Tanya's first was you're ready to start planning your Disney vacation, but you aren't sure where to start. This is, Tanya, an opportunity for always to highlight your expertise. You know, for 30 years, we've been helping families just like you plan those first time Disney vacations. Or hey, the good news is you don't have to do all the planning. You know, we'll do the planning for you. You just do the enjoying, something like that, right? So just
Yeah.
expand on that just a little bit, guys. But no, they've got it, Joni.
Yep.
Everybody gets an A. Good
Yeah,
job.
they
Good job.
got it.
Now, good. Now that's formula number one. I just like to share that formula because I think it's magical. And you'll start seeing this in really good marketing. You'll see people talking about, pay attention to ads on TV. They always have like a character that has a problem, right? They've always got someone who's got a problem and eureka, dun, da, da, da. We're here to save the day. Same thing for you. Okay. Now we're going to go, oh, we already did church. Now we're going to go to what I like to call the perfect post formula. Perfect post formula, or actually I love an alliteration, so I really should change that to perfect post process. It is 6 steps to success. If your Facebook posts have all 6 of these, you are going to get people asking questions, not just liking, not just commenting, but people asking. Okay. All right, here we go. Step number 1, you've got to introduce your character. Oh, and let me talk about the character for a second. One of the people that I follow pretty religiously is Don Miller. He wrote a book called Building a Story Brand. And his whole premise, he's a screenwriter, and I'll share that information with you at the end, but he's a screenwriter, and his whole premise is every story really has kind of the same plot line. There's a character who encounters a problem, who meets a guide, who gives them a plan, calls them to action, and because of that, they either, you know, save the day or avoid failure. Okay, so I'm going to talk in that world. Character is your client. So step 1, introduce. This is a Facebook post, guys, and I'm going to show you some examples. Step 1, introduce your character. Step 2, share their problem. Step 3, which I find a lot of people do not do this, okay? Step 3 is show your expertise and why you. What I find a lot of advisors do is they show their expertise by posting pictures of them traveling. That does not show your expertise. I'm going to share with you how you do that, okay? Step 4, share your solution and why. Step 5, a clear call to action. Another big mistake is a clear call to action is missed. And then step 6, a visual to support your story. Okay, so I'm gonna walk us through all 6 steps. Step 1 is to introduce your character. All right. Now, I've taken screenshots of some of my favorite Facebook posts, and I'm going to tell you this girl, Celeste Peters, she's a TPI advisor. She is a rock star. She owns a company called your Caribbean Travel Queen. She probably has it down here. Yeah, Caribbean Travel Queen. And I just love her posts. She's just so smart. Ignore the part where I've highlighted because this is an old picture, but introduce your character. So here she does it. Today is finally travel day for my newest VIPs who contacted me after seeing my car parked in my community with Sandals Resorts and my company's name on it. The family was overwhelmed trying to find a vacation that would have something for all generations from the ages of 14 to 70 years old. So in the first paragraph, she's introducing her character. Today's the day, my newest VIPs. Family was overwhelmed is the problem. We're going to go back to that. Because I traveled to Jamaica several times a year, I knew the perfect place for them, especially since they mentioned they were all foodies like me. I set up a semi-private seafood dinner for the family, and they're excited about the breakfast served in the pool. Safe travels to 20 of my Jacksonville, Florida VIPs traveling to Jamaica today. Have an amazing time, and don't forget to try all the amazing Jamaica cuisine. Is that not one heck of a post?
Mm-hmm.
It's got the character. She shared the problem. She shared her expertise. She shared the solution. She had a clear call to action, and then you can't see it, but she had a great visual to support it. So introducing your character, she did it right from the beginning. Today is finally travel day for my newest VIPs who contacted me after seeing my car parked in my community with Sandals Resort and my company's name. Family was overwhelmed trying to find a vacation. So this is a family that saw her in her community. They are VIPs with her. And then look at the character. They have something for all generations from the ages 14 to 70. Now, somebody who's got a multi-gen family is going to read the first part of this and go, that's us. That's us. What do we do? I know what we do. We call the Caribbean Travel Queen. All right. Something for all generations from the ages 14 to 70 years old. That was the problem. Here's another example of someone sharing their problem. Amy Leone, another TPI advisor. Well, I've done it again, another flight cancellation. This time it's Delta for my cruise clients that just got off their Norwegian Bliss and were heading home. No worries, in 28 minutes, while in the air flying home from Montego Bay, I had my clients rebooked on a nonstop flight on American and all necessary documents in their email to file a claim with their travel insurance company. I know I make it look easy, but being the owner of Adventures by Amy means that when my clients are traveling, I never take a real day off. I have their back. Are you still there? Because I think my phone disconnected. Are you still there,
No,
Joni?
I'm here. I hear you, and you did disconnect for a sec, but you came right back, so we're good.
Okay, yeah, it's my head. My AirPods went dead. So look at what Amy did. She shared the problem. She introduced in this case, she's really sharing the problem, but she's also peppering it with her expertise. She's peppering it with how she solved the problem. She's got a strong call to action. She's even plugged travel insurance in here. And look how good that looks. And then of course she had a picture to go along with it. So the key is introducing the character, sharing a problem and a resolution all in one place. So let's look at the next one. Show your expertise. I love the way Candace Lemansky did this, all right? Never awaits adventure. I love the way she did this. What is Candace up to Wednesday? I'll tell you what, Never Await Travel, Never Wait Adventures has been up to breaking records. That's right, as of today, we're having our biggest month yet, even had 2 new first-time booking locations. Here's the thing, there's a difference between saying travel is on fire, I'm doing great, and look where people are going, which is where she goes next. Belgium, Paris, Mont Saint-Michel, and Bayeux, France. This adventure-seeking couple is going to tour Versailles, spend a romantic New Year's Eve along the Seine River, or Seine, and then stay in an 18th century mansion surrounded by 200-year-old trees as they tour the U.S. sectors of Normandy. What an amazing way to bring in 2023. How about a trip to Iceland and London? Now, if I were Candace, I would have broken this up into multiple posts. And this actually, she goes on for 3 more things, but she's trying to highlight that this is the type of travel she is booking. She's showing her expertise. She's showing that she can do other things. She's actually solidifying and validating somebody's notion, hey, can we go to France right now? Can we go to London? Look at the date on this. This is October of 2022. So people were just now starting to get back into planning travel for 2023. I hope they can see that. If not, I'll share my PowerPoint with you guys. If you send me an email, we'll share the email at the end, jennl@tpionline.com. So you guys, you can see, so far we've introduced a character, we've shared what their problem was, we showed our expertise, and now, oh, here's another expertise one as well. Get back to Celeste. Now, Celeste picks her own destinations of the month. Okay, so the month of March, and I went through her whole feed, every day she talks about something else with Jamaica, because Jamaica is her destination of the month. So I love what she says here. March 1st kicks off our destination of the month, Jamaica, Jamaica, Jamaica. I'm an award-winning certified One Love Jamaica specialist who happens to love Jamaica and has firsthand knowledge since I travel to Jamaica a minimum of 3 times a year. That's key, guys. She's talking about not just saying she's an expert because she took a class online. She's saying I travel to Jamaica a minimum of 3 times a year. I specialize in planning solo, couples, and group vacation. I'm also experienced in planning destination weddings. Jamaica is the perfect destination because of the great weather, delicious food, reggae music. Jamaica is a vibe. To start the planning process, just inbox me or email me and ask for the I'm ready for Jamaica link. She makes it so easy. Look at her call to action. Once the short form is completed, I match you and your group to the perfect vacation experience to Jamaica. What I really like about Celeste is Celeste puts all of her info, not in every single post, but probably once a week, all that main information is right there in the main post. that person doesn't have to, fiddle around on the description and the bio trying to figure out how the heck do I get a hold of Celeste? She's given them the information right there. Now it's important to share the solution. Now I'm using Celeste again to share the solution. Let me see if I have another example. Nope. Okay, I don't. Celeste, this is without a doubt the most perfect post I've ever seen in my entire life. The solution was she set up a semi-private seafood dinner for the family, and they're excited about the breakfast served in the pool. What she basically did was she quickly highlighted what she did was look at the entire family, and because of her expertise, by traveling to Jamaica, here it is, because I travel to Jamaica several times a year, I knew the perfect place for them, especially since they mentioned they were all foodies. That shows that she's listening to them. She's not booking travel, she's curating the perfect experience. Visuals. Now, again, I am not going to train you on Canva or anything like that, but I'm going to share with you a couple of visuals that I really liked. This visual makes it easy for somebody to copy and paste, or to right click, copy and send, or to share this actual media, this picture, with somebody else. Hey, let's go on this girls trip to Costa Rica 2023. She's got the dates on there. She's got great pictures on there. She's got double occupancy rate starting at $800 per person. She's got her phone number nice and big, and she's got her website. Use the visual to sell the story. I love this one from Stacy McEwen. Okay, Stacy McEwen actually teaches people about how to open up Facebook groups. She's another TPI advisor, and she's so smart. I loved this post. What she did was she took a screenshot, right? So she's like, look, guys, 7-night cruise on Royal Caribbean balcony cabin. The cost booking direct with them versus a travel advisor at $37.16. The cost my clients are paying is only $24.19. So they can see she's done the whole, here's what it costs if they were booking direct. And then she says they're only paying $24.19. So versus the cost booking direct with them versus a travel advisor. Booking direct was actually, looks like they had some discounts, $37.16. If you add that $34.40 plus $27.76. And she said, my clients are only paying $24.19. It saves booking with an advisor that has connections. See the difference? I love that. That got somebody's attention. Call to action, and I'm highlighting Celeste quite a bit, but she just does such a good job. Call to action down here at the bottom. Click here to schedule an appointment so that I can match you to the perfect vacation experience. She's got a bit.ly link there, which is a link that will shorten any kind of URL that you've created. It'll shorten it into something super simple to post. And then she's got obviously all of her hashtags here as well. Look, are you looking for a resort that caters to couples, or a family resort with tons of activities for the kids, or a fun party adults only, or a quiet zen resort where you can relax, or even a closed optional or swingers resort? I didn't see that. Anyways, whatever it is, Celeste can help you out. She's got a strong call to action. Okay, I'm going to go back to the very first, the 6 steps. What questions do people have? And I know I've kind of gone through that quickly. But again, if you want a copy of this, I'll send it to you. But step 1, introduce your character. Today, I was working with a family of 6. Last week, I was excited that my family of 4 just came back. Oh, I just heard from the honeymoon couple, right? Share their problem. Even if it's after they've left and come back, let's use the honeymoon couple. I was so excited to hear from my honeymoon couple this week. They're in the Maldives. They had shared with me they definitely wanted to do something beachy, but something more Instagram worthy. Not to worry, because of my experience with the Maldives and the training that I've had over the last year, I was able to provide them with the perfect 5-star resort in the Maldives within the investment budget that they were looking for. If you're looking for something different and out of the ordinary, click here to schedule a time to chat with me. And then there's a picture. I just made that up while I was talking to you. Do you see how easy that is?
You are so funny. Okay, so I have a couple questions for you first, though. But before I ask these questions, folks, I wanted to let you know, some of you are asking for a copy of the presentation. Don't put it in here in the questions area if you don't mind. Jen is going to give you her email address, and then you can just email her. It'll be much easier for her to just send that to you than having to read through all the questions. So just wanted to mention that to you. Okay, so let's.
I want everyone to really think about what is a quote you just worked on? What was a question somebody just asked you? What was a client that just came back? What was something that you just did? Maybe it was you and your husband traveling somewhere. Maybe it was you and your girlfriends or your wife traveling somewhere. Introduce your character. Here's who I was talking to. Here's what their problem was. Remember, guys, you want this, but this was
Oh,
standing in your way. We do this.
okay, so I have a couple questions in the meantime for people they haven't responded to that yet, but somebody
Okay.
asked you a question, sharing the problem by calling out the suppliers. Do you recommend that?
Well, so the way Amy did it, if you're looking at the Amy example, let's see here. Another flight canceled. This time it was Delta for my cruise clients that just got off the Norwegian Bliss and we're heading home. Listen, I know Amy, she loves Delta, but you know what? People can relate to it. So yeah, it happens. I think it's important to say problems happen. So, oh my goodness, a couple just got off of a cruise with MSC. I'm just making this up, guys. A cruise with ABC Cruise Line, and unfortunately, they dropped their bag. Good news, I was able to help them fill out their insurance claim, and they're getting $500 credit. I mean, stuff happens. I think it's okay. I think it's okay. You don't want to say just got off the worst cruise of their life that I just booked for them. You certainly don't want to do that. But yeah, I think it's okay. I hope that answers that person's question.
I'm sure it did. Okay, thank you. Okay, somebody
Mhm.
asked the question, do we know if these posts for her, the gal that you've been referring to, or is she paying Facebook ads to get new clients?
No, she's not paying a darn thing. I'm really glad whoever asked this question. No, these are posts that she's created. She's not boosting these at all. She has a very loyal Facebook page following that she has nurtured over the last 3 years. And here's the thing about Facebook, guys. You can pay for Facebook ads, but that has to be, or boost those ads, that has to be attached to a Facebook page, a business page, not a person. You can't do it to your person, and you can't, I don't believe, I could be wrong about this now, I can't remember, with a Facebook group, right? You can't really promote a group or pay for a group. I'm not sure. I might be wrong on that. But the reason she has such a loyal base is because she's posting every single day. She was just on, as I'm giving Celeste mad shout out because she's amazing. She was just on a Virgin Voyages. And I wish I had snapshot all of this. I'll get her permission. And if you email me at Jenn L, actually, if you follow me on Fiercely Forward, just go to the Fiercely Forward Facebook group and join the Fiercely Forward Facebook group. I'll screenshot some of her posts. While she was on Virgin Voyages, she was posting 3 to 4 times a day while she was on the ship. And towards the end of it, like on day 4, she said, hey, for anyone that wants to experience this, I've got a deal for you. And it's only good while I'm still on the ship. And it was like a $900 credit because 300 of it was like sailor loot and bar tab. And for those of you who sell Virgin, you know what I'm talking about. And it wasn't anything super special that she was doing. She just positioned it in a way, and her call to action was, it's only good while I'm on the ship. And she created a group while she was on the ship. Hey, you can either come with me on this particular sailing with my group, or if you don't want to go on that date with this group, you could do this. And she posted like 4 and 5 times a day, and she got bookings from it like immediately. She created such a sense of FOMO and showed, oh, the hammock is great, but there's also a chair here. So one of you can be sleeping in the hammock and the other one can be reading in the chair. It's stuff like that, guys. But no, she does not boost her posts. Neither does Amy. None of these people that I'm highlighting actually pay to have these posts boosted or posted. There are companies like Branch Up and some other social posting companies that a lot of people opt into, and they are good for fillers. But quite frankly, guys, this is what sells. This is what gets your phone to ring.
Okay, I've got one for you, Jen. This is from Kathy. She says, I just pulled together a multi-gen trip where the adult kids could only do the first part in Scotland. Then the
Mm.
parents and grandparents flew to Ireland. The kids had a smaller budget, So we kept the Scotland part less expensive, except for the Castle Hotel stay that the mom wanted for her birthday. So the parents
Mhm.
helped pay for that.
So I would start my sentence with this. Let's go to the this, this, and this. You know, have you ever wanted to travel with your family, but some members can't afford the time away or the budget that you want to travel in? I just encountered this with this family, and then share the story. We were able to craft an experience where it started with the whole family. We ended here, kids went home, and grandparents came over for the extended portion of it. I would always start with, you know, if you ever wanted to go on a family vacation, however, but this is standing in your way, but not everybody can afford the time away or the actual budget the way you want to travel, here's what we did, and then share the story.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. That was really the pretty much the only one that's given you an actual total example.
Okay. How is this for everybody on a scale of 1 to 10? You know me, I have a very, very fragile ego. I need a lot of,
She
I need
does
a lot.
not.
I have a very fragile. I need people to say it's good.
Okay, I know. I'll answer that. Okay, you got a 1. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
I'm
Got
happy.
20. Excellent. 20. Fantastic. 3.2 million. 150, 10 plus. Okay, now she's got an ego, guys. You're gonna have to calm her
Listen,
down. Oh my
I
God.
needed that. I needed that today. Joni knows I'm having a bit of
She
a rough
did.
day, so
She
I
was having a
needed
rough
that
day. Thank you guys for this is beautiful. She'll see
today.
these answers, by the way, later. So thank you so much for that.
Yeah, don't make me cry now. Okay.
Okay,
All
we
right.
won't.
So now I still have more goodies for you, okay, guys? So, the basics. Don't forget the basics. This kills me when I go to people's Facebook pages and they haven't filled out their profile information, or they have a picture of a dove or a bunny rabbit or something. Put your freaking picture on there, people. People buy from human beings. So, first thing, have a robust profile information. In your description, make sure you include who do you serve and how do you help them. Here's three questions to ask yourself. I tell this to advisors all the time. When you're trying to figure out what direction you want to go in, or really what you want your lead dog to be, what's the leading message that you want? Doesn't mean you don't book other stuff or that you don't curate other experiences, but what's the lead? Ask yourself these three questions. I don't have this typed up, so write this down. The first question is, who do I want to serve? Who is it that gets me excited? Who is it that when I get off the phone and I've curated that experience, I go, yes, I nailed it. That felt good. Is it families? Is it couples? Is it romance? Is it people trying to fall back in love? Is it solo travelers? Is it first-time European travelers? Is it folks that have retired? Who do you really love to serve? And then the second question is, how do you want to serve them? And that will help you in narrowing down some of the travel partners that you want to partner with, the travel types that you want to focus on. Do you want to serve them by only selling cruises? And doesn't mean you don't sell other stuff. Do you want to only serve because you only want to put together FIT, really very specialized trips? Do you want to serve them through river cruising? Do you want to serve them? Pick 2 or 3 things that you want to serve them with. And then from a marketing standpoint, everything that I talk about always kind of goes back to marketing and sales, but from a marketing standpoint, where do they hang out is the third question. So it's, who do I want to serve? Who do I get really excited about? How and what do I want to serve them? How do I serve them? What do I want to serve them with? And then third is, where do they hang out? And that's how you find the right places for you to be creating and crafting your messages. Do they hang out on Facebook? Do they hang out in country clubs? Do they hang out on Instagram? Do they hang out at church? Where do they hang out? So everything that I share in all of my webinars, which I do 6 a year for the Travel Professional News family, always comes back to, you know, sales and marketing. How can you build your business by acquiring clients and really getting loyal clients and building your presence? Because guys, unless you have a brick and mortar that's on a really busy corner of a really busy town or a somewhat busy town, the online realm and the word, the power of the word and the visual is the way you're going to attract them. Okay, sorry, I've got off on a tangent. You know, I get really passionate about this stuff, Joni. Okay, so robust profile, make sure you have a good description, put your phone number in there. One of the stupidest things I ever heard somebody say, and I was very thankful it was not in the travel industry, but one of the stupidest things I ever heard somebody say is, I don't put my phone number on there. And I was like, well, why? She goes, well, because then I'll get a bunch of calls. I was like waiting for the punchline. I'm like, yeah, and? Well, I like to control the influx of my phone calls. Oh my God. Are you a millionaire? And until you're a millionaire or you're Oprah, you need to put your phone number on there, okay? So description, phone number, email address, your website, and the last two are things that many people do not think about. A link to Calendly, which is an online calendar, online appointment program that syncs with your calendar, and links to your reviews. Now, what, 3 weeks ago or a month ago, we did the reviews and referrals webinar, Joni, do you
Yeah, I think
recall?
so, yeah.
Yeah, if you guys, I'm going to show you how to get to it, but if you go to Travel Professional News and you click on Video Library and you look for recordings by host agencies, look for a webinar that's titled Effectively Asking for Reviews and Referrals. And I'll tell you how to ask for the review and where is the best place for you to post those reviews. And I want you to include that link in your profile to see how others have utilized or have benefited from hiring us as a travel agency. Click here for our reviews. So make sure you have a robust profile. Okay, what's next? I always give so much information. You know, Joni always asks me at the beginning, what do you think this is, 30, 45 minutes? And I'm like, oh yeah, this will be done in 20. Never. Okay.
I know that.
I don't even know why you ask me anymore. We have a whole hour.
Be polite, just being polite.
So here are some resources that I've mentioned through this webinar. Donald Miller, Building a Story Brand, Clarify Your Message so customers will listen. It is an easy read. I'm obsessed with this man. I have no affiliate links for these, but I could retire just with these 2 books alone, how many times I've referred them over my professional career. But Don Miller, Building a Story Brand, which will teach you about that character who has a problem, that encounters a guide, that gives them a plan, that calls them to action. Then the other one is Words That Sell, and this is kind of like a thesaurus for emotions. So if you want to convey the emotion of distinguished, here are all the words and phrases that you can use to help you in your writing copy, in your copywriting. I love Words That Sell.
I want to interrupt you for 1 sec if I can, because that's one of my favorite books too, and mine is so dog-eared because I've used it so much, it's ridiculous. But he does have another one out called More Words That Sell. So I have both of them. But if you didn't get enough in the first one, you can buy another one that says More Words That Sell. It's unbelievable, folks. It's so useful.
And let me blow your mind here. He's got one that's called Phrases That Sell.
I've got that too. You can see we know what we do our research, right?
We do our research, but I'm telling you, it is such a it's like this Words That Sells like $20 on Amazon. So cheap,
Yeah,
but you
exactly.
you will find that your verbiage and your writing just improves so very much. Anyways, then the next thing is Calendly, which is that appointment setter that links with your Outlook. I'm obsessed with Calendly. You can set up a variety of different types of things with follow-up and forms, and oh, it's amazing. And then Canva, which is the program that many of our advisors and the advisors out there use to put together those graphic visuals for your social media. You can do PowerPoint. I haven't gotten around to figuring that out for myself, but you can create flyers. So Calendly, Canva, Words That Sell, and Building a Story Brand are my resources for this time. And I have a couple of webinars that will also help if you haven't heard these in the past. So here are 3 additional webinars that I've done. Remember, these are on travelprofessionalnews.com. Click on Video Library and click on Recorded Webinars. Look for recorded by host agencies, and then look for these titles: Personality Selling, Gain Control from the Beginning. If you ever see that Jenn Lee is talking anywhere and this is the topic, I don't care who you have to blow off, come to that class. It's the best class I do. I love it. The next one is marketing verbiage that grabs and keeps their attention. And this is kind of a deeper dive into just marketing verbiage, what to say and not to say. And then the third webinar resource for this particular webinar to support is all about how to tap into a sales funnel strategy. So if you start with those, and then you guys you're welcome to email me and ask for if I've got any others. I do 6 a year with Joni and the team. And then this is a great way to connect. This is not a TPI Facebook group. There's no selling on here. We don't talk about partners. It's called Fiercely Forward. It's a Facebook group that I created back when the pandemic hit, because I knew people just needed to be with other people, no matter what their affiliation, to continue to move fiercely forward. So there's motivation and there's ideas, and I ask silly questions like, it's 4:30 in the morning, who just got up or who is still up? Are you a paper or a technology person with your to-do list? Just conversation, just something fun.
Perfect. So I do have some questions. Are you ready for a couple?
Of course.
Okay. Someone says, I have a Facebook business page as well as a site provided by the travel agency that I work for. Which one should I be using, or should I be using both?
Well, when you say you have a site, you're talking about a Facebook page or a website. So I need to kind of know that.
I'm thinking they mean Facebook page, but maybe they can clarify for us.
Yeah. If you've got an agency and you are an advisor branded with them, and they have a consumer facing presence, then it's okay to do that. But unless you're an employee, here's the thing, and I've got another one that's called about how to create Facebook communities. That's another webinar. Setting up a group, guys, is probably best.
It's a Facebook page. I just got the answer.
It's a Facebook page.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'd have to know more. You're welcome to send me an email and we can do a quick conversation about that. But it really just depends on it really just depends on what's more effective for you, right? If it's a company that you work for or an agency that you are part of their brand, which there's plenty successful like that, and they're driving a lot of traffic, how are you standing out? How is that ensuring that you're getting the phone calls?
Okay, so I do have a question here, if you can answer this one. Since I have a personal, I think I know the answer to this one too, but I'll let you answer. So we'll see if we agree. I have a personal Facebook page and a business Facebook page, and I don't have near the number of followers on the business page as I do on my personal page.
Well, unless you're spending money, let's discuss how Facebook works, guys, real quick. So Facebook rewards people for either paying them or for people who have interaction. The value that we all see as users of Facebook is that Facebook is serving up to us content that we find interesting, that we find so interesting that we stay on Facebook and we keep scrolling, and oh, that's the reason why they can sell ads. And all of a sudden we're on Facebook, we haven't gotten off of Facebook, and the backyard might be on fire, but we're on Facebook and we're trying to complete some transaction with an ad because I have to have that curling iron, right? So Facebook rewards those who help them keep eyeballs on Facebook. So with a personal page, if you have a lot of people and your interaction is cute pictures of your family and things where people who like you and know you personally are going to comment, then Facebook is only going to show your personal profile. If your business page, you're paying for Facebook to show, then they'll do that because you've paid them to do that. But unless you are paying, most people are not seeing your business page. Go to a group or use your personal. Celeste Peters, the one that I showed you guys, that's a personal page. She makes no bones about it. She is the Caribbean travel queen. She owns a travel agency. She puts together big groups. Girl does millions of dollars a year all by herself. No team, just her.
That's awesome. Somebody else said, thank you. That was great information. So thank you for that. So I think we've answered most of those questions, unless you do you want me to go ahead and do our final questions for the prizes?
Yes, please.
Okay. All right, folks, here we go. Here's how it's going to work.
You're gonna have to ask the question and know the answer because I didn't write it down. I just typed it
I
into
have
you.
everything right here. We're good.
Okay, good.
Okay, so first thing for folks, what you're going to do is where you've been putting all those questions and answers in, you just want to put the answers in that particular same place, okay, on that side of the screen over there. All right, so I'm going to ask the question and then I'm going to let you answer it, and I'm going to take the 7th person, because 7 is such a lucky number sometimes, and on that one, and then I will share with everybody who that is and also what the answer was. So the first question is, what is step number 3 in the perfect post formula?
Oh, yeah, that's it.
Okay. Well, we've got number 7 and everybody was getting that right. All right, folks, that's fantastic.
Oh,
and the answer is share your expertise. And the winner is somebody that I know, Nona Manure. You won, and congratulations. So we will be sending your email information to Jen, and she'll get with you on setting that up. All right, ready for the next one, folks? Okay, got to clear these out. Hold on. Gosh, wow, so many people responded with the right answer. That's fantastic. Oh, well, you guys should have taken forever for me to get this out of here. Okay, folks. All right, now ready for the rest one. I got a clean screen. All right, what is the one thing that my friend Jen says most people overlook in crafting a post?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now this is interesting because the answer that you've given me for this, Jen, there aren't many people getting that one right, but there is
one that, because I kind of said this was important as well.
Okay, I'm going to give it to the first person that answered it right because we've had a lot of wrong answers. Okay. But nothing is really wrong. Let's just put it that way. It's just in how they might have heard you say it. So the answer is to actually share the problem. Cheney said showing the problem, which is the same difference. So Cheney Bell won that one, and congratulations, Cheney. But the answer is share the problem.
Yeah, exactly. Pick another one. That's okay.
A lot of people said call to action.
I know. Call to action. I did say that's another thing that drives me crazy. So that's why they got confused.
A lot of people said that. I mean, we're talking.
Okay, well, go ahead and pick the call to action one.
Okay, you want me to pick this? Which number which one of them? I mean, there's so many of them.
9, number 9.
Okay, hold on. I'll count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, Michelle Davidson, you also have won a consultation because she said call to action. She was number 9.
I know, I have to be careful. I get so excited and I say so many
That's why we love you. You are fun. It's all good. All right, it's all good. You're fun to listen to, and you keep everybody very interested, and I know everybody agrees with me on that. So congratulations, Michelle, congratulations, Cheney, and congratulations, Nona, for winning. And again, we'll be sending that information to Jen. Jen, fantastic. Yet again, great webinar. And folks, just so you know, this has been recorded, and it will be at travelprofessionalnews.com up in the recorded webinars area under the host agency webinars. So you can see this, usually gets posted in about an hour and a half from now. So you can watch it again this afternoon. So everybody, thank you so much. I hope everybody had a great holiday weekend, and back to work we are. Thank you, Jen.
I can't wait to see your posts. Feel free to screenshot them and send them to me. Make sure you give them my email address. It's JennL, JENNL @tpionline.com.
Yeah, I did send that again, folks. Hopefully you guys got that, but thanks for mentioning it, Jen. So it's JENNL @tpionline.com. All right, cool. Thank you, my friend. All right, have a great week, everybody.
Go make big things happen, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye.